Hello and welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to show you the easiest way to make money without working. You see, if I could go back in time and have a conversation with my younger self, I would tell my younger self about a few things that I would do differently. And one of those things is what I'm going to talk about in this video. Now, we're all told about hard work, which is good. But the problem with hard work is that there is a point of diminishing returns, meaning the harder you work, the less you are achieving. For example, in the gym, there is a point of diminishing returns, meaning after a certain amount of sets and reps, the more you do, the less you gain. You would be better off using that time to rest and let your muscles recover, repair, and grow. Now, there are also points where hard work doesn't produce any results. So you could be working extremely hard, putting in 20 hours, 7 days a week for years, and you still go nowhere. It can be extremely painful, and this can be said for a business. You see, you could open a business, pour your money into it, then pour your energy into it, get it up running, and to make it become a success. You're doing everything you can, working 20 hours, 7 days a week, trying to make it a success. But if the right conditions aren't there, it doesn't matter how many hours, how much energy you put into it. It's not going to take off. If you don't have the quality products, quality service, quality marketing, easy to access location, if people don't feel it's value for money, then no matter what you do, your efforts are just wasted. But on the flip side, if you are smart and you do your research, you understand the location and demographic of your business, you prioritize quality products and quality service, your marketing is top notch, then you don't really have to work that hard for your business to be a booming success. Now, in this video, there are 3 key points that I want you to understand. Point number 1 is countries like the UK, France, and Germany, just to name a few, do not want people to be wealthy. They want people to be working. You need to understand this point. Let me illustrate this. In countries like the UK, France, or Germany, the more money that you earn, the more you get taxed. You see, they couldn't be more clearer as to what their intentions are. So, if you put in a lot of effort and you work hard to put yourself in a position where you are earning a lot of money, expect to lose more money than you'd lose if you're earning less. So the system is designed for people to earn enough to keep them working, but not too much so they don't need to work. Which means that if you work really hard, do not expect to be rewarded for that work that you do. The governments of these countries will find a way to praise that money away from you. It's just the way that it is. But, however, if you understand the next 2 points and focus on what I suggest you do, you will find that your long-term financial life will look a lot better. Point number 2. Understand that the world is full of different people. There are your job's worth. There are your Karens of the world. There are your lazy people. There are good people and bad people. And amongst them, there are greedy people. The world is full of greedy people who have an obsession with making as much money as possible. They want to become millionaires, billionaires, and trillionaires. They want power. They want to make money that they couldn't spend in 100 lifetimes. The world is full of these people. Now, if your dream is to become a billionaire, I'm going to tell you straight. You do not become a billionaire in this world unless you're allowed to become a billionaire. You think Jeff Bezos created Amazon and became a billionaire, The only reason why Jeff Bezos became a billionaire is because the people who wanted to get involved in his business, he allowed them to get involved in his business. If he did not do that, he would still be sitting in his garage trying to build a business. There is no becoming a billionaire on your own. There are lots of people you need to please and suck up to even get the chance of having your business stand a chance. You already know or should know that majority of Hollywood, whatever you want to call them, had to sell their dignity and soul to be rich and famous. Look at John Cena. Look how they made him walk out naked on national television, which is being broadcasted to the world. Or how the Kardashian family got their fame and wealth. By exposing the most intimate parts of their bodies, trading their dignity for money and fame. Now understand this, greedy, money-obsessed people are good for you, and you're gonna find out why. Point number 3, understand that there is no limit to money. Money is infinite. Now, some people will try to say otherwise, but they don't know what they're talking about. For example, the president of El Salvador, Nayib Bukele, said the same thing during a speech he gave. You can search it up. Also, remember 2020 when the US stock market was going down during the pandemic? They were pumping trillions for fun into the market to keep it going. Money is infinite. There is no limit to the amount of money that can be created. It's just a matter of how long the central banks want to spend typing digits onto their keyboard. Let's not pretend that it's any more complicated than that. You can take a look at the Bank of England's website to find out the realities of how money is made. Now, so what do you do with this information? What do you do in a world where it's full of greedy, power-hungry, money-obsessed people, where the harder you work and the more money you generate, the more you're punished, and where money is infinite? You definitely don't try and work harder. You start to work smarter. You get these greedy, hungry, power-obsessed people and you let them work for you. The question is how? You do this by learning to invest and learning to invest properly. And note, I said properly. This isn't pumping money into cryptocurrencies or meme stocks and hoping for the best. This isn't doing speculative day trading. This isn't investing for the... This is investing for the long term. When you invest in a business, you buy stocks or shares of a company, you become part owner of that business. I will explain some more. Let's take Amazon as an example. Jeff Bezos, the richest or one of the richest men in the world, people look up to him. They think he's amazing because of what he's done. Now, this type of celebrity worship I find interesting. Not because he's one of the richest people in the world. It is the fact that people actually look up to him. Yet, he has done nothing directly to make you rich, to put money into your pocket. You see, I think to myself, why are you looking up to him? If you like or admire him so much, then have him work for you. If you buy shares in Amazon, he works for you. If you don't believe this or don't understand this, I suggest you don't bother with investing. You need to understand this and think that Jeff Bezos, his job is to keep you happy by making a lot of money. If he's making a lot of money, the share price of Amazon should go up, which means that you're making money because you're collecting profits. And it means if you're happy with what he's doing and he's making you money, you'll continue to invest in him. Jeff Bezos or any business owner needs investors' cash to make their business grow, to take it to the next level, so that in turn they as the owner can become rich and a billionaire. So the greed to become rich as possible is fueling their drive to work like zombies and take on all that stress and burden to make their company a massive success. Now, as an investor, this is great for you. You let them do all the work, and the better the business performs, the more money you make. And once the owner of said company lets investors into his business, he no longer owns that business. He is now an employee, because if all the investors pull out, then his business and his net worth crumble like a cookie. Jeff Bezos may think that he's one of the most powerful people in the world, but the truth of the matter is he works for a lot of people. He works for people who have shares in his company, and as the worker, it's his job to keep these people happy. Let people like Jeff Bezos be the showman. Let them brag about how much money they've made. Let them deal with the day-to-day running of the business so you can focus on life. I'm talking real life. Life that doesn't constitute you working 9 to 5 days a week, or 6 days a week, or for some people 7 days a week. Your objective should be to learn about investing properly. You see, Jeff Bezos and billionaires have the illusion that they are powerful. The real power is the people that control the state and the central bank. Because if the central bank decided to print money like there was no tomorrow, hyperinflation would be rampant, and all these billionaires will see the value of their net worth crumble. If the state decided you are a threat, or they just don't like you, they can then just take everything away from you. Look at Roman Abramovich. The UK freezed all his assets. Within a day, he went from being a very rich and powerful man to not being able to access his money and panicking. Now listen, I never bash the 9 to 5 or being an entrepreneur. I always encourage getting money and using it as a vehicle to make yourself financially free, so that you don't have to work a 9 to 5 or run your own business. You get to be free, you get to free up your time. Now, if with that free time you want to work a 9 to 5 or create a business, that's perfectly fine. But the main goal is to become financially free. Then you will not be stressed. Then you will not be stressed about working, because you'll be working because you want to, not because you have to, which makes the world of a difference. I'm well aware that there are some communities and parents who want their kids to become doctors, lawyers, or accountants. I've got no problem with that. I've got no issues with that at all. But make sure you are teaching your child or children about investing, and investing properly. I'm telling you, by the time they hit their 30s and 40s, things such as debt and financial worries will not even be on the radar. They will not end up being tied to working a job to make a living. They'll be working a job as their calling. I encourage you to learn how to invest properly. I suggest you make it a priority for you to really learn how to. I have plenty of videos that explain the basics of the stock market, ISAs, buying property, and much more, which you can use to help you understand and learn. There are also other content creators with good videos on these subjects too. There are good books such as The Intelligent Investor by Benjamin Graham, The Little Book of Common Sense Investing by John C. Jack Bogle, the founder of Vanguard and the person who popularized the index funds. You see, investing is the difference between you working hard to make money and making money easily, because someone else is generating the cash for you. If you have children or thinking about having children, when they're at the correct age, I suggest that you encourage them to do the same thing. You can spend your entire life trying to be the 1% and failing, or instead, you can own the 1% and let them do the work. Let them work themselves 24/7 like zombies while you sit there and enjoy life, collecting the profits. So, that was the video. If you found it insightful, then subscribe and give it a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and take care.